Welcome back to my channel. Please like, comment and subscribe. Thank you. For this turban, we are going to be having 3 parts: the body, the band and the loop. Now let's get into the measurements of the body. Now for the body, the head circumference that I'm going to be using is going to be 28 inches. Yeah, so if you measure it on fold like this, we are going to be having 14 inches because this material is on fold. And for the length of the turban, we are going to be having 21.5 inches. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to go ahead and cut out the measurements that we need. Now what we want to do is we want to determine the space that will be in between each line for our full body pleated turban, and the measurement that I usually use most times is 1.5. So what I'm going to be going ahead to do is I'm going to be marking 1.5 until I get to the end part for the 2 ends of my material, this end and also this end. After marking both ends, what I'm going to go ahead to do is I'm going to be taking my long ruler and I'm going to be connecting both ends. You can as well mark the mid part, but then I just feel it's not necessary because my ruler is long. So this is what I have after rolling it. I actually went ahead to mark the mid part because I don't know, it just felt more comfortable for me like that. I'm going to go over to my sewing machine, and what I'm going to be doing is these lines that I have ruled, I'm going to be picking them one by one. I don't know if you can see the lines I ruled, but anyways, I'm going to be picking them one by one and I'm going to be sewing them straight down like so till I get to the very last line. So this is what we have after sewing it from head to toe. Now the next thing we want to look at the band. And for the band, the measurement to be for the height, I'm going to be using 4.5 inches. While for the head circumference, I'm going to be retaining the normal 23 inches that I normally use. What I've then gone ahead to do again is I've gone ahead to knot the mid part of the body of my turban. So I'm going to be going over to my sewing machine now, and I'm going to be joining the body of the turban and the body and the band together, right side facing, and I'm going to be joining from here to here. Can you see that we still have space? Yes, that's how it's supposed to be. And also from here to here. So this is what we have after joining our body to our band. Can you see? Notice this part and also this side as well. So what we want to do next is we are going to be joining the body, like sewing everything together. Pay attention at this point. Now what you want to do is right side facing, you go back to your sewing machine, then you start sewing. Note that this is the band area. Sew like this. Now when you get to the part where the band and the body of the turban meet, can you see? Now you're going to take it like this. Sew it like so. Did you see what I did? Straight down to this part, and then you sew it to that part that does not have the band, and then you just sew all the way like this to this part, this mid part. You're going to be leaving like an inch here. You're not going to be sewing that and that inch that we are going to be leaving. You just stop like an inch. So I'll go and do that, and when I'm back I'll show you guys what it looks like. So this is what we have after sewing it. Can you see all the way to this side to the end part where I said you're going to leave an inch or an inch and a half? Go ahead to notch this part right here, this part, so it relaxes well. You see that there's a difference when you notch it and when you don't. This is our loop. The measurement for this loop is 4 inches by 7 inches. So now what do you want to do? What you want to do is you are going to be taking right side facing, and you are going to be running a straight stitch along the 7 inches. Now this is what we have after sewing the loop. I've gone ahead to turn it inside out. The next thing we are going to be doing is we are going to be taking our turban, the body of our turban. I've turned this inside out as well, and then you'll be inserting this inside your turban. Remember that 1 inch or 1.5 inches that we left? Yes, you are going to be inserting it right through it, and then you are going to be taking right side facing like so. Did you see? So this is the left side of the loop, and this is the left side. So right side facing, and you go to your sewing machine and do what? And sew it together right side facing. This is what I have. Can you see? When I first did half inch, I saw that it was still too free, so I went ahead to do another half inch. So total in all, I closed, like I sewed off 1 inch. So I'm just going to be cutting off the excess fabric, and after cutting it off, the next thing we want to do is you're just going to be turning it like so to the right side of our loop. Now you should be having something like this at this point. So what we want to do next after this is, remember this back, our dropping back, we are not going to be leaving it like this. So you're just going to take this part like so. So if you have excess fabric at the back too, please go ahead and trim it off. From this part right here that we sew, I'm just going to be making gathers. So I'll just take my thread and my needle. I'm using this big hand needle, and I've gone ahead to thread it. So I'm going to be gathering the back like so. Now I'm going to just go ahead and tie it off really well. And then we have this for the back and this for the front. Now let me turn it inside out so that we'll see what we have. Now this is what we have. Can you see? This is what the back looks like, while this is what the front looks like. So thank you very much for watching. Please don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and share, and also turn on your notification button so you get notified when I post a new video. Bye.